Kiara's on the wheel. She's been the skip today. She's doing great.
Land, mystical thing that people talk about after they spend so long at sea. Classic Adam pose.
Classic Adam haul-out behaviour. That is profiling, is what that is. Of all the boats and all the yards to be parked next to. We're going sailing, everyone!
6 hours later, still waiting at the airport.
Welcome to our self-inflicted adventure. I'm Kiara and this is Adam. A few years ago, we walked away from our life on land to pursue travel and adventure aboard our floating home, the Millennial Falcon.
Last year saw us improving ourselves and the boat whilst we tackled our first Atlantic circuit. Join us as we come full circle back to the Caribbean, where we'll commence preparations for our next big challenge.
Here's what you missed last week on Millennial Falcon.
Don't throw that word around in these waters.
Are there little pirates jumping around everywhere? No?
It's so different!
It's so different, right? Film that small piece of fluff. It's amazing, it's Trinidad fluff. I'm pulled over by the Coast Guards.
I need you to go back out, get in touch with your agent, and let them know that you're here, and then you can come in.
And we're on our merry way again.
But we're down here because we're going to haul our boat out. We are going to soon fly to America and go and deliver a boat.
How long have we been here?
10 seconds. Okay, not 10 seconds. Been here 2 hours and that thing, one boat towing another, basically a wrecking ball, just comes within 3 feet. I had to just slam it in reverse and he cleared us by about 5 feet. I hate this anchorage. This is the worst anchorage we've ever been.
Look how much he's swinging at the back. That could have easily swung onto us. Oh my goodness. Look! He's proper like, psh.
He's got no control over that.
No!
God, that's so unsafe. They just look at us.
Oh my god, and the guy in the dinghy is like,
Zero.
he's actually on the opposite side, which is so unhelpful. It's like, what are you gonna do? Push him into us?
The sooner we can get out of the water, the better.
Yeah, so we're scheduled to be hauled out on the 20th, and it's currently like the 15th, so I think we're gonna ask to see if we can get hauled out a little bit sooner. This whole bay, you're meant to go onto moorings here. We can't go on moorings here, because it's about 35 feet to 40 feet of water. Anyway, so you go into this, you go into the very packed Anchorage area, and every single mooring is like in pretty bad condition, and it's also been like there's a boat on it, so there's no room. So we've just had to come all the way at the back and anchor, and just hope that when the weird winds around here swing, we don't go into anybody who's on a mooring. Like, it's going to be a really stressful few nights of sleep before we get hauled out, and it's not very pleasant. And then you have local traffic doing this. Not ideal, not an ideal anchorage, and it's such a shame because it was beautiful coming in, and then this. I get it's an industrial port, and that's precisely why boat yards are here. It's just not an ideal anchorage, that's all. "6:30, just got up. We need to haul out at 8 o'clock, so you need to get the head sail down. It's super flat right now, so we'll get that one down and hoist the dinghy. I think that's all. I think that's about it. Yep, we've got lines on and we've got fenders on to them yesterday, so not too much to do this morning, and then we'll sit down and have a coffee before we haul out. The one bit of light that's coming in, and it's directly into my eyes. Tell you what, cannot wait for a bit of cold weather. It is 7 a.m. Actually, it's about 7:30, just past 7:30, and it's just belting sun. It's ridiculous. It's pretty insane. All right, time to head over to the slip. It's not too far away. It's just over there. Oh wait, there's actually a boat there now. In there. I don't think I'm looking at the right place. Anyway, Adam is just hauling the anchor, and we're going to be heading in soon.
Kiara's on the wheel. She's been the skip today. Doing great. It's a beautiful morning, calm morning, perfect opportunity to drive into a slip. All right, so he's come down the right. Yeah, so hook a loop and then pull up on starboard. best, Kim. Catch. Good job, Kim.
Land. This mystical thing that people talk about after they spend so long at sea.
Not familiar with that.
All right, we got our hall pass. I feel like I'm in school. Although my school never actually had a hall pass, and I think I just see it in American movies. God, it's so nice here, really, really nice.
This is a first-class yard, I have to
Really,
say.
it's
Like,
quite nice.
we
It's
just got a
fancy.
hall out pass, and we've in that same meeting we organised to transfer to the airport, complimentary, and the details to be picked up on the way back 3 months later. The staff have been fantastic. Like, I'm so impressed. It's so worth the extra
It's really
60 miles
nice,
to come
yeah.
here.
For like similar price to what's around here further up in the islands. Worth it so far. I really do have a silly amount of affection from this boat. She was just moving around a little bit before. I was like, no, don't hurt my baby. She's fine. Poor little thing. She gets more than her fair share of fallouts, unfortunately. Classic Adam pose.
Classic Adam haul-out behaviour.
And the folded arms. You didn't do that one
And the
yet.
folded arms. You always got to be careful when you haul out that they put the slings in the right spot and they don't put the rear sling on your propeller. And our boat, it's pretty good. Like, there's clear spots to put it, but these guys have a diver in the water, which is always a huge relief because someone's there watching the rear sling, that it won't damage your prop or your shaft. She's embarrassingly clean. So
Really?
why are you hauling out? There's nothing wrong with this boat.
We only went back in the water like 4 months ago, I think. Oh my god, just like shimmering.
That is profiling, is what that is. Of all the boats in all the yards to be parked next to, Town of 42, center cockpit, actually rear cockpit, sorry. Slightly different, slightly different.
20s. You know how you can tell? There's a circular cow catcher up there.
Oh, how's that? Look at the hydrovane. Look at the fixture on the hydrovane, the way we both did it.
Oh wow, we both did the exact same
Almost
fixture.
identical approaches to it. Do you know, I might have even used a picture of this boat somehow as a reference. Oh wow.
So, we started work a lot earlier today, about 7 o'clock. Just trying to finish up all stuff to get the boat packed away. It's really, it gets so hot like so early here that you've got to kind of start it like before the sun comes up. Even now you can see the sun's in my face, but it's not super hot yet. So just going to start putting topping up our diesel tanks so that there's no like air at the top and therefore condensation goes into the diesel or growth happens in the diesel tanks. Put everything from our jerry cans into the tanks and that should be pretty good. We don't use much diesel, so that'll be fine. And I'm going to put some micro for the treatment of microbial growth in fuel. That should prevent some nasties from growing. Then we've also got to try and fold out the sail, which it's just been like bucketing rain. Yesterday it rained for 2 hours. Torrential rain for 2 hours. So this sail is just drenched. Still a bunch to do, but we'll get there, we'll get there.
We're just breaking out the foulies, right? Because we're 2 days out from getting on a plane up to Annapolis to do this delivery. And it's going to be cold. It is a sweltering 32 degrees in the boat at the moment and about 70% humidity here in Trinidad. And we're on our way up to the frosty top in Annapolis. Then we're going to take an oyster down to the BVIs. So I've broken out the foulies because we're absolutely going to want them, at least for staying warm. And these are mine, right? You've all seen me wearing them. Crossed an ocean in them, 2 oceans now. Black dungarees, red foulie jacket. Wonderful. Kiara's never been so lucky. We couldn't find the sizes that she wanted. This time round in St. Martin, after the crossings, we were like, do you know what? It's time to get you some decent foulies. So let's order in the size that you want. And I've just opened them up now. They've never been used, never been worn. What colours did she buy? Out of all the colours you could choose, all the types you could have, red jacket, black dungarees, matchy shirts.
I can hear you.
What? Of all the colours you had to buy, right? Adam's fell weather jacket, red. Kiara's fell. We're going sailing, everyone. The red and black team.
I didn't
Can you get a nice yellow, a nice hot pink?
Even the same like
Something literally the same. Are they even the same brand? Musto, no, we're
Oh, different brand. Exactly the same. It was red. Well, who doesn't want red? Red's very visible, right? I mean,
Stand by for hilarious matchy sailing for basically this entire delivery. We're just going to be walking around. You're like, oh, yeah, Adam. Oh, sorry, I mean Kiara. Oh, Kiara. Oh, no, sorry, that's Adam. Pew!
are you doing a super close up?
No.
Every time I see the footage when Adam's super closes up, I delete that.
What's happening today, Chi?
Well, this is just our general living state, you know. No. We are actually flying out today. Woohoo! It's, oh my god, the last few days have just been hectic. You think that you kind of like live in a somewhat tidy place, and then when it actually comes to like pack it down for a few months, you suddenly go, oh god, there is so much to do. So that's pretty much what we've been doing the last few days, as well as editing an episode. Adam's been recording for his other show as well, The Admiralty, in case you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's the day before leaving, in fact it's 1 hour before pickup, and yeah, we finally, I think we're pretty good. Really annoying, we have to go from here to a cold place, to then sail down to a warm place, so we need sailing stuff too and life jackets, to then fly across to Australia where it's summer, to then go back to here where it's like, oh my god, we need every single form of clothes, yeah, all seasons.
All seasons,
so
land
annoying.
and sea. It's
and
the worst.
to be packed in like a fairly small suitcase thing, because you know we will be on a boat and everything needs to compress down. Hectic.
We have a nice man in the yard here who's going to look after the boat, and by that I mean swing by a couple times a week and just open her up and let her breathe.
Why is that?
Well, because it's so humid and so hot, and it does rain a lot here in this time of year. Mildew, mould, bugs. When you're living in a boat, you get, you know, that little bit of airflow just coming and going, moving things around. That, you know, that keeps it lived in. It keeps it clean. But when you go away, the air is stagnant, the humidity's up, everything starts to sweat, and that turns to mould and mildew. We don't want that. So yeah, we are opting out / can't get our hands on / can't really afford a dehumidifier aircon unit, and I don't want to be attached to the mains while I'm not here for 3 months. So yeah, we've got a nice man looking after the boat. We've dried everything out as much as we can, but couldn't get it all done, unfortunately. So such is life. It's only 3 months, and if we were here, we sat at anchor or whatever, like it, you know, the situation isn't that different. If it ain't done now, it ain't getting done. We got to go. Just cleared customs. Quite a bit of confusion about what's going on. How are you leaving? Where's the boat? What do you mean you're flying?
I needed we
Anyway.
both need departure stamps before we leave the country. Why? This is so strange. So apparently we've left.
Yeah, the guy at immigration at the airport's going to be very confused. Anyway, just got to get to the airport now.
Alright, our flight has been delayed by many hours. We only found out on the way here. So it's fine, you know, we're chilling out. 6 hours later, still waiting at the airport. It's dark. Look, it's dark outside. We got here when it was light. Got him 11 AM in the morning.
So
About 6
American
hours.
Airlines delayed twice, no reason given. We've now missed our connection to Baltimore, which means the overnight we were going to spend there is completely wasted and
hotel.
unrecoverable. So that's $120 down the toilet. And the only option they're giving us is to now arrive at 11 o'clock in Miami and get a 6 AM flight to Washington, which is a
completely different
entirely different airport to what we booked.
I'm sure-
we have to find our way somehow back to Baltimore to re-intercept our planes.
deplane, everybody. We're deplaning.
Captain's now at the end of his duty hours, so he can't fly us. The bed! Oh, this is the most rock solid bed.
That did not look like a soft.
That was painful.
Oh. That looks like someone who jumps into a pile of freshly done snow and it turns out to be ice and they just totally cave their face in. Yeah, and that is the final slap in the face for the day. It's not at all a bed, it's actually a slab of concrete.
My goodness, so we are at a hotel, but we're 9 hours later and we're still in the same city. No, more than 9 hours actually. We arrived at the airport at 11 AM and it's now 1 o'clock in the morning, which is always fun. So yeah, we're here. They literally, so delay after delay after delay. By the time they finally got the second plane in, they had to do maintenance on it, which was apparently the reason for the first delay. And then when they finished doing the little bit of maintenance, the captain said that he'd run out of the hours that he was allowed to fly during that day and that he literally couldn't fly us. So we had to get off queue like just animals, like crazy wild animals in a crazy wild queue and get our hotel vouchers. So that was, so pretty much we've vlogged for the day and we have officially gone about a couple of miles down the road. Really? Yeah, there we go. Alright guys, I'm dead. Good night for tonight.
Okay, day 2 on the road, trying to get out of Trinidad and Tobago. I think we're just a whole new day, whole new start. First challenge is going to be a shuttle to the airport, which is only about 15 minutes down the road, at 8 o'clock. So if they get that right, that'll be a good start, and we're going to go. Third try, here we go.
It's 40 minutes until the next flight and we're still waiting on luggage from the previous flight. It's not looking good. Last flight, we somehow, someway managed to make it. My luggage apparently has checked all the way through to Washington.
And we're going to the wrong airport,
reason.
but still, it's progress, right? We're moving.
Okay, new day. We are at Annapolis. We had a friend who picked us up yesterday. Thank you very much for that, Mike. And we finally made it from the airport that we weren't meant to land at to the hotel that we had booked in staying, but so much of a palaver.
Special thanks. Special thanks.
I already said special.
Special thanks to Mike for picking us up.
This afternoon we have a bit of a catch up with some of our patrons, which is really cool. That'll be the first time that we've met quite a few of them. And I really want to take a little trip to the Naval Academy that apparently is pretty cool around here. Well, okay, the big plan for today is to get a SIM card, and then the second big plan, if we have more time, is to go to the Naval Academy.